Hello, I'm Neil Quigley and welcome to my podcast. As the Buckinghamshire town Milton Keynes turns 50 this week, how long will it be until those concrete cows are granted Stonehenge-like status? The big new movie Trainspotting 2 has been produced quicker and been much more positively received than HS2, so maybe Danny Boyle should run British Rail. The actual space capsule that British astronaut Tim Peake went to space and back in is now on display in the Science Museum in London, which I think does slightly top trump that Babbage computer that they had in there. I mean, space is way cooler, right? Scientists this week have discovered that ants have built-in sat-navs and they can find their way home from anywhere through any number of distractions, which is why Finding Nemo was all about a fish. Donald Trump is planning to release all his truths as alternate facts, which is pretty much what the state-run media in North Korea have been doing for years. The Prime Minister is flying out there to have her first meeting with the new president. I really hope Theresa May does her best Mrs. Merton impression, and her first question to the First Lady is, so, Melania, what first attracted you to the billionaire businessman Donald Trump? Donald Trump has confirmed this week that he does plan to build a wall between America and Mexico, and he's going to get Mexico to pay for it. I wonder if he would come around my house, maybe build me an extension and get the council to pay for that. He's certainly got a lot to say in his first full week as American president. I'm just praying that when Trump talks about waterboarding, he's actually just got it mixed up with surfing. The leader of UKIP, Paul Nuttall, is going to put himself forward to fight in an upcoming by-election to try and become an MP and only become the party's second ever MP in the House of Commons. It is quite amazing, I find, that UKIP, who are the party who are all about independence for the United Kingdom, they have more MEPs in Brussels than they do MPs in Britain. So people in very high-profile positions have to be very careful about what they say nowadays. The media want instant responses. They want answers to all their questions. And you need to make sure you say exactly what you mean, and what you say can't be taken out of context. Here is a word of warning for anybody in a high-profile position. This is what can happen. This is a true story. Once, while watching Friends on TV with a mate, I honestly turned to him halfway through an episode and said this: you know, some days I prefer Aniston and other days I prefer Cox. Please catch 8,000 drivers using their mobile phones during car journeys. My biggest issue is how have they managed to get such a good signal while on the move? I'm now worried if burnt toast can give you cancer, how bad must my dad's barbecues be for me? A big shock in the world of football as the Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger was sent off for arguing with an official after actually seeing an incident involving his team for what I think could be the first time ever. It's been a bad 7 days for Scotland's Andy Murray as he's knocked out of the Australian Open. That's how it works, right? Roger Federer has become the oldest player to reach a tennis Grand Slam final in Australia since 1974, suggesting that the Swiss will not always help you bow out early. In music news, Radio 1's Big Weekend will be in Hull this year. It's the most exciting thing to happen there since the House Martins were formed. It was the National Television Awards this week. Piers Morgan appeared on stage to present an award with his breakfast co-host Susanna Reid. He was gagged and couldn't say anything. The only thing that made that situation better was if we could also not see his face, and he wasn't there at all. Big congratulations to my favourite presenting duo, Ant and Dec, who for the 16th year running won the Best Presenters Award. They are just fantastic. I love everything they do. I think they're fantastic at what they do. Saturday Night Takeaway is a fantastic Saturday night show. I'm going to write it does borrow aspects of every Saturday night show there has ever been. I think in there's definitely some Noel's House Party. Game for a Laugh is definitely in there. All the big game shows that we used to have on Saturday nights are there as well. It's an amalgamation. Even a bit of Tiswas possibly is in there too, I think. Everything you can imagine from Saturday morning TV and Saturday evening TV all goes in Saturday Night Takeaway. But you know what? Ant and Dec are brilliant at it, and it's great, and I love it. So there. The strangest award at the NTAs for me was Gogglebox getting an award, the Channel 4 show where people are filmed watching TV. So they've got an award for being at the TV show, which simply involves people watching other people's TV. And now they've got a National Television Award for it. I think they should share it with every TV show they've ever watched since the programme started. And staying with the NTAs, Mary Berry won the Best Judge Award, probably for her decision to leave the Great British Bake Off and not follow it to Channel 4. A businessman who was found guilty of blinding a sleepy Kent village by dumping a mountain of mattresses there says that all his dreams have been destroyed. So that's it for this week. Thanks very much for listening to the Neil Quigley podcast. Have a fantastic 7 days. Look after yourselves, smile, and have lots of fun. Cheers.